like to let everybody know that we are being videotaped. And I'd like you to note that this emergency meeting of the GCACS board is required to comply with certain requirements of its Board of Elementary and Secondary Education probation by November 20th and November 24th. And this emergency meeting is necessary to consider actions regarding those requirements. We regret any confusion or inconvenience that this may have caused people. At this time, if there's any comment that people have, now would be the time.
Not within an emergency meeting.
Colin?
Yeah.
Do you want to walk us through the process of this meeting that we're in here?
Sure. Bear with me 1 second, actually. I want to make sure that I have the one document in front of me, so bear with me right now.
Yeah.
Sorry. I wanted to make sure that I have the most recent version of the agenda in front of me. By note of that agenda, we are, the first item on there is the issue of payment approval from the Attorney General's office of compliance, and the client has to address a number of items there. That compliance plan is actually morphed into as a form of final justified consent, and that the position that has been taken by the Attorney General's office is that is what they are requiring us to enter into. If we do not enter into that, then we will face a lawsuit based on the issues that they, or whatever issues that we put in the lawsuit, but there will be issues of the type that have been raised in their prior correspondence. Based on the fact that they have threatened litigation, and given that we need to discuss what our position would be in light of such possible litigation, I believe, given that that conversation involves advice and counsel and discussion of strategic options and the relative merits of our case and their case, it would be, in my view, certainly detrimental to conduct that discussion in anything but an executive session. So my recommendation would be that the chair move that the chair make a motion that the board go into executive session and that there be a vote to that effect.
Colin, just to be clear, does that, the motion is simply for the board to go into executive session? Or is the motion add a little more detail to it?
Well, it's to go into executive session to discuss the particular matters that are I've cited, particularly regarding the review of the elements of the proposed judgment that the Attorney General's office has put forth.
So, Colin, it's Tony. It's basically an executive session under Purpose 3, as defined by the open meeting law, with regard to respect to threatened litigation or possible litigation of the Attorney General's office. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Since I'm going to make the motion, are you reading from this purpose to which one are you reading?
Bottom, executive session.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm going to make a motion that the board go into executive session at the request of counsel to discuss the strategy with respect to threatened litigation of the Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
This should be a roll call vote.
I think it's unanimous.
Yeah, but we should listen to this person's vote.
Okay. Karen? All in favor?
Yes.
In favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And then the chair, if the meeting is going to reconvene after the
Yeah,
executive session,
exactly.
you can note that, and if
Right.
not, the
Colin, what is your suggestion on that?
I think there will be, after the discussion, we need to have the final vote one way or the other as to whether to accept or the final judgment by consent, not to accept it or to accept it with proposed revisions.
So
Can we put a time frame at all? People sitting there have a sense of when we might be back?
We have to, actually.
Well, you don't have to.
Maybe an hour?
Yeah.
An hour.
You can generally say, as a
Okay.
courtesy, we'll take probably up to 1 hour. This is not an easy issue, so
Yeah.
we're not going to be hurrying along to try to get out of
I
here by
wasn't
a certain
suggesting that,
time.
but
So,
we
no,
need to say.
there's as a courtesy, it sounds like we'll go back into public meeting in order to vote.
At 12 o'clock, or 12:10.
That would be.
that clock's running. So it's
No,
11:10
my watch.
currently, yeah.
Yeah, 12, okay?
What exactly is the executive
We're out.
session? Just
We
So why don't we move
We
to
can say,
the,
it's right there.
It's right there.
well, it's just we do the same thing there, and they were wondering if there's a warmer place to stay. And I was
This
going
is
to
a
think
warm
if
place.
they,
We have
this is a warm
another-
place, we could let them stay here, and we'll move to the main office where we can do the same thing. Is that okay?
Okay, so we have everybody and then,
Yeah.